Hello, I'm Dr. Edward, the Healing Vet, and this week I want to talk to you about being relationship first with your animals and in your life. Now, I grew up on a cattle property many years ago, and relationship with the animals wasn't that important. With the horses, with the dogs, with the cattle, it's like, God damn it, animal, do what I want you to do, or I'll whack you and make you. And it wasn't till quite a lot later that I started realizing that, wow, a relationship with animals is actually really important. And it's become the most important thing for me with my animals is being relationship first, making my relationship with my animals and how my animals feel within the relationship they have with me one of the most important things in my life. And I extend that to all the animals that I work with as a veterinarian, with body work, with training. And I extend that to my clients. I extend that to my beloved and my family and my friends and my community and all the people that I interact with. I want relationship to be a beautiful experience for all the beings who I'm relating with. Now, with my animals, this has led to some really significant practical changes in their well-being, in their reduction in anxiety levels, in increased confidence, in a really big increase in connection with me, with how cuddly and loving they are with me, and their willingness to say no to me too, which is a really good thing. And I love it when my animals say no in a healthy way to me. I think it's one of the best things ever. But I've had this week, I put up a post saying, I actually don't like the way that Cesar Millan trains and treats dogs. I think that it's domineering and forceful and stressful and traumatic for the animals. And it blew up on my page and had a whole lot of people telling me that Cesar Millan is a god and that I shouldn't say anything terrible about him. And a whole lot of people also agreeing with me. So it's quite a polarized thing in the dog training world about whether or not we use forceful, aversive, dominating methods to make dogs do what we want. Now, aversive training methods do get results, no doubt about it. But the problem with aversive training methods like, snapping a choke chain, like zapping them with a collar, like all these kinds of physically dominating type ways of making dogs do what you want. The problem with them is that they all damage your relationship with your dog, because there is no one. I mean, if you had a kid, a little 3-year-old kid, and they weren't doing what you want, and you put them on a choke chain and said, "Oi, do it, stop that, stop being a naughty kid," nobody would do that. And our dogs have the same capacity for feeling and sensitivity, the same kind of physical sensitivity as a child does. So how could we possibly justify zapping a dog with an electric shock to make him do stuff? Because we know it causes fear and pain, and anything that causes fear and pain in a relationship is going to damage that relationship. So for me, relationship first is about finding the kindest, most caring, most beautiful ways that I can interact with and teach and train and live with my animals. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't have healthy boundaries with my dogs. It's like, well, I have a personal space, and yes, there you will respect it. But though I can bring quite a lot of presence and energy into this kind of expression of boundaries, there's kindness there. And if the dog does get frustrated at my healthy yes and my healthy no that I give my dog sometimes, well, I'm going to give them the opportunity to work their way through that frustration on their own without taking that opportunity to increase their resilience and their self-regulatory capacity away from them. Now, a lot of humans never allow their dogs to get frustrated. They save their dogs from anything that frustrates them. Healthy frustration, the thing is about now when I'm talking about my relationship with dogs and my animals and other people, now I will be as kind and as caring as I can be, and I will continually look for ways to become more kind and more caring and make the people and animals that I'm relating with feel safer to build greater trust and connection, rapport, and all those kinds of things. I will continue to do that because there's no end to possibility when it comes to growing into more and more of that, right? But that does not mean that there's no pressure from me. I will express healthy pressure with my dogs and sometimes with people to make sure that they understand that here's an edge, here's a boundary, and no, that particular behavior, little dog, is absolutely not allowed or tolerated in this family. But I'm not going to go and grab them by the scruff and shake them and beat them up to let them know that. I will find a kind way, because I want to find ways that may involve pressure, because there's no way to escape pressure in this life for our animals or for ourselves, and healthy pressure builds healthy resilience. So if you can bring pressure into your training and communication with your animals in a healthy, kind way that the animals understand, that is calibrated to meet the animal's needs in the moment and where they're at in terms of their arousal levels, their sensitivity, their personality, all of these things, then pressure is absolutely essential in communicating with, living with, training, teaching dogs. And I find it's absolutely essential too for me in my boundaries and my interactions with other humans. There has to be expression of various kinds of pressures in a healthy way. But if you have a relationship first lens, the way you are going to apply a pressure in your life will change dramatically, in that you will be continually seeking, learning, and growing into better ways to express pressure in a way that is kind, that is caring, that respects the other being. And this is what I mean by a relationship first lens. And it's something that I have gone more and more deeply into in the last few years. It's something that I encourage you to think about and explore with your animals and with everything that you do in your life. If you become relationship first, I can promise you it's one of the most beautiful, transformative things that you can possibly do. Now, if you're watching and you enjoyed this, please say hi in the chat. Let me know what you liked about it. I'm Dr. Ed. I'm a holistic vet. I'm available to help people on Zoom worldwide with sessions if you need any help with anything when it comes to holistic health, anxiety, behavior, energy healing, intuitive work with animals. Give me a hoy. Love to help. See you next week. Thank you.